Hi everyone, welcome to Good Morning Toowoomba with Ben Apsey and...
I'm Darryl Nicholson. More than just a postcode. Welcome along. It's Remembrance Day, so they shall not grow old as they are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning we will remember them. Words of Remembrance Day from the words of Lawrence Bignon. There you go. As we're saying, Remembrance Day, the 11th of the 11th, 2020. A low of 11 this morning.
Ooh.
High of 27. Currently it's 18 degrees. That breeze is still a bit sneaky, isn't it? It's very sneaky.
Nice. It's refreshing though.
So, mate, I couldn't find much local news. If anyone knows what happened down the bottom of the range yesterday, let us know. Matt was talking about it. Something happened.
Bushfires out to the west.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, 66 people appearing in court today. Clickety click. 66. The judge is going to be busy today.
Oh yes, yeah, very much so. What a day to be in court too.
Yeah, I know. The state government, after 5 months, has reversed its laws about the mayor replacement if the mayor dies. Thank God! Common sense prevails.
Yes. So they're going to rush that legislation through, just like they rushed it through to bring it in anyway. They're going to now rush to repeal that legislation.
Yeah.
Because Mr. Pineapple up north, they didn't want him.
Oh, right, okay. Look,
as soon as somebody they didn't want was in there, they went, oh, better reverse that law.
Better change it, so...
which will mean that from now on, well, from once that's passed, it'll go to by-election no matter what. So.
Righto. Well, that's good news. So, so if something does happen to Paul, Jeff McDonald would be the man. Or by-election?
By-election.
Oh, by-election, okay.
Unless it's within the last 12 months.
Okay, righto.
So it's within the last 12 months, the council can appoint the new mayor.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, interesting. Good stuff. Okay, and Chris Mybush is
which,
running
if they wanted to, look, if Paul was wanting to retire after this term, I would not be phased by the notion that Jeff McDonald could be the potential mayor. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I have called him Mr. Mayor 1 or 2 times.
Mr. Future Mayor.
Mr. Future Mayor. Mr. Mayor elect coming up. So.
Well, he knows the job. He's done it, and he's done a good job at it. He's passionate about the Toowoomba region, and that's what you need in a mayor. And you know, he's the kind of person. He's got a vision for what he wants the city to do. So.
That's right. I was talking to a lady who works at Sizzler. They're closing this Saturday, so final cheesy toast bread, and Sizzler have just released a recipe apparently of the cheesy toast bread. It's probably cheese on toast. Probably.
It's probably the same stuff you can buy on Woolies. Yeah. And you just put cheese on it.
But anyhow, I will wonder what is going to go in to that position, whether someone will open another restaurant or a pub or a tavern or something like that, or whether it might be office space.
Probably another car yard, given the corner and so on.
Could be a car yard. Yeah, that's an interesting thought.
Because in the city that has bugger all car parking and a huge parking issue, we need more cars.
There's plenty of car parking, mate. It's only 3/4 full.
Only?
Or a quarter empty.
At 8 o'clock.
Yeah, that's right. Nat and Tiff from Base Services, 19th wedding anniversary today. Congratulations, guys. You could have got out of jail. Nat, you get 20 for murder. That's the old joke, isn't it? That's an old joke. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. They're a great couple.
She's put up with that beard for that long.
I know.
It actually looks, since he had to grow it back, it actually looks a lot nicer.
Okay, right. Yeah, I haven't seen him.
Very well maintained now.
I haven't seen him for a couple of weeks. There's a guy at work. He's got this beard now. He combs it and he does all this work to it. Puts wax in it. I'm like, really?
I've had this one for 12 months now. I've proven that I can grow one.
Yep, good.
I think I'm over it.
Yep. State of Origin tonight, $1 each way. I can't split them, mate. Unless Wayne Bennett says something to them in the dressing room like he did last game. They could come and win again, Queensland. The team.
Well, it is up here this game, isn't it?
It is. Okay, it is. So there's probably a very good chance they'll win it. So, but we'll see. New South Wales have been training pretty hard, so it will be interesting. So State of Origin, get your seats tonight.
They would have had to have been training bloody exceptionally hard after their loss last week.
That's right. It's funny, on Remembrance Day, they're talking about changing the words of the national anthem. The change is we are one and free instead of young and free. And they have changed the words to the national anthem before. So what are your thoughts on that? We are one and free instead of young and free.
Well, look, at the moment I don't think we're one, and we can blame Chookie and Dan Andrews for that. We're certainly not one country. We don't get along. Even Western Australia at this point.
Yeah.
They're all doing their own thing. We're not one. We're not one nation. The only way we will ever be one is if the state governments don't exist.
Yeah, true. Which
less government.
Actually, I agree with you. I think if we had a local government and just federal, that'd be pretty cool. Abolish the state government, but I don't think that's going to happen in our lifetime. But there we go. Look, I don't really care if they change the words or not. It doesn't really worry me. We've had a change before. There's even talk about changing the anthem to "We are Australian." I am, you are, we are Australian.
Oh, yeah, but then talk about that for years.
Yeah, so I think just leave the national anthem the way it is. But anyhow. Oz Lotto jackpots to $30 million.
It'd be nice to win that.
Well, we're going to start a little syndicate here at
yeah, I was going to say, you've got to buy a ticket to be in the running,
Travel
don't you?
Mugs. Well, I bought a lot of tickets last night, but it didn't do me any good. Oh, sorry, I won $15. So, woo! Invest 45 to get 15.
Sounds like Melbourne Cup Day.
I know, so I do want to apologise to Richard Wilkins and Terry Irwin. I didn't do my research properly. It was a new idea story.
What a
They
surprise.
superimposed the photos together. I'm really sorry, Dickie. But Richard Wilkins is dating a flight attendant, Nicole Dale. So and him and Terry are just friends. Sorry, Terry. Really do apologise. Should have done my research properly. Someone slammed me yesterday.
You were going to get us sued.
Well, someone made a comment about that wasn't correct, what I said, so I'm really sorry. Mate, Trump's not giving up. He's going to be dragged out of that office.
He's going to be shot out of that office.
He's going to be dragged out by the FBI and the
And there's now
Secret
talks that
Service.
his daughter's going to run next time.
Oh, right, okay.
If he's not in, she'll run.
Oh, right, okay.
And if he is in, she'll run.
Oh, right, run against Dad.
Well, no, because he won't be able to.
Oh, okay.
But it's so, because he's not there this time,
Yep.
if he doesn't get in this time, he could go back and he could do another 2 terms then. Because you're only allowed to do 2 in a row. So you could end up with Trump for 8 years if this guy, Biden, poos the bed, as it were.
Yep. And I was reading Trump's going to give himself a pardon for all crimes. So, he under presidential law, he can give himself a pardon.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Can they revoke it the next one?
Well, I don't know. So, if you want to read that story, it's on news.com.au. It's quite interesting. So, Biden's struggling, no funding for the transition, no office space. Wonder why.
It's a
Is
mess.
someone blocking that?
Probably. It was interesting. I was reading an article on The Spectator, and it was all about Australia's gift to the American democracy.
Yep.
And it was 5 key points of what we do in our electoral system to ensure its integrity.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a really, really good read, so I shared that one across
Okay.
on my page.
I must have a look at that. Sorry, I haven't looked at that. There is a Facebook event on the 21st of January 2020, starting at 6 a.m. some American time. Trump's leaving drinks. So if you want to check that event out, it's quite funny. I shared it with a few people and they've gone, yeah, I'm going. That will be a day.
It is very, very convenient that a potential vaccine, has been announced this week, I think.
Yes.
Because Trumpy was talking about it. It's really close. It's really close.
Mm-hmm.
We're almost on top of this, and then
Yeah. Okay, that's about all I've got, mate. So, you're going to the Inland Rail breakfast tomorrow. I've got to go down to Ippy tomorrow. I've got to do a
Inland
road
Rail
trip.
breakfast tomorrow. So
And I am going to see Ross tomorrow in Brisbane at the Marta. So
it might be a pre-record or a rehash of one of our interviews or something
probably.
tomorrow.
Yep.
But Remembrance Day today, 11 a.m. On the dot. Stop. If you're driving, pull over and observe your 1 minute silence in remembrance of those who sacrificed their lives, but more so in remembrance that at the 11th hour, on the 11th day, the 11th month, 100 years ago,
That's
the
100
guns
years.
fell silent
Yep.
on World War One.
I'll leave you with a quote as we think about that, lest we forget. A quote from Wayne Bennett, and he'll probably say this tonight. We had a football team out there. Let's see what happens. I'm Daryl Nicholson, more than just a postcode.
And as always, thanks for joining us with Good Morning Toowoomba. Remember to like and share us on Facebook. I'm Ben Apsey.